The Inno3D 4070 Ti X3 is one of the cheaper options if you want the 4070 Ti this generation. GPU prices have been laughable for the last 2 years, and I almost feel embarrassed spending money and giving money to the greedy bastards of Nvidia. But either way, I ended up with this card. The X3 is also one of the few cards that only use 2 slots, and therefore it's perfect for SFF builds and cramped cases, although it therefore probably compromises a bit on the heatsink compared to standard cards like the iChill, which uses 3 slots. As we will see later, the cooling solution is however built in a smart way and temperatures are good. In a small case like mine with vertical GPU mounting, proper distance from the case side is important not to air starve the fans and maintain proper airflow. Although I could fit a 3-slot card in there, the distance from the glass panel would become an issue. The X3 also comes in an OC version with slightly higher boost clock speeds at a price premium, although the clock speeds are slightly below what you get with the iChill and other budget cards from MSI and Asus. I bought this card some months ago and I've used it extensively since then. The build quality is okay. It's very standard, minimalistic. You get some aluminum here. It's basically aluminum and plastic. The build quality does show that this is a budget card though. There's no way of hiding that. And for me that became apparent with the fans. They had a loud rattle and a lot of noise when I received the card. And I was actually about to send it back on warranty because of that. Because there was terrible noise from the ball bearings of 2 of the fans. But after a while of usage, that rattle disappeared and it's not come back. So I didn't bother, and probably they wouldn't accept it either, as the card would work perfectly when they received it, so I deemed it a lost case. I was a little bit concerned also about the high level of coil whine, but I mean that's different from card to card. You never know if your card will be bothered by that, so it does produce a pretty loud coil whine under load, but a lot of the high-end cards do that, so I mean it's not that bothersome. I undervolted it a bit and that reduced the coil whine a lot. So mostly I've been happy with it. There is an illuminated Inno3D logo at the top without an option to turn on or off. But other than that, there is no fanciness in the form of RGB lighting. Inno3D provides a basic app where you can control fan speeds for each fan, core and memory overclock, and set power use. The app is very basic, but at least for me I prefer this to some bloated program hogging resources in the background. The card has 3 fans and a pretty slim heatsink that keeps the card at only 2 slots. Inno3D has made it so that the middle and the back fan blows through the card, as the backplate is open in this area compared to some other designs I've seen. A lot of the heat is therefore expelled through the back of the card rather than through the sides, preventing the hot air from being sucked back into the fans. The solution works, and even under full load the fans normally never go above 70% at stock speeds. That makes the card reasonably quiet for such a compact build. This leads to okay temperatures around the 75 degrees Celsius mark and even leaves some room for overclocking as well, as we shall see later. The performance of the standard non-OC version of the X3 card is about the same as the other 4070 offerings. I ran 3D Mark twice and then compared the score to my friend's system with another 4070 Ti and a system with an RTX 4080. The 4070 Ti system is almost identical to mine, and the difference in score is within margin of error. In my opinion, paying extra for a factory overclocked card does not make sense, as the 30 to 50 MHz extra does not provide any real-world performance that you will actually notice while gaming. However, factory OC cards tends to be better bin chips that might be better for a manual overclocking. But whatever card you buy, it will be down to silicon lottery either way.
I was obviously lucky with mine and was quite surprised to see the overclocking capabilities on this budget card. As I kept on clocking, I managed almost 3 GHz on the core while running 3D Mark without artifacts or any problems. That is almost a 400 MHz overclock above the specified boost frequency and is way beyond what I expected. The card did heat up a bit and hotspot temperatures became somewhat uncomfortable. With a slight undervolt for thermal management, I kept the card at this OC for over a week while gaming and testing, and it seemed stable.
The Inno3D 4070 Ti X3 then is a decent card for its price. Build quality and the quality control could probably be a bit better, but performance is good. And if you're after a budget-oriented card that fills only 2 slots, it's an obvious contender.